Superspreader. It has been named one of the most inspirational films this year, and Sean Feucht's movie is coming to digital and TV near you. So, Sean, welcome to Charisma News. We're excited to be able to talk to you about what God's doing here. So, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, what a cool day. Thanks so much for covering this. We are finally at the place where we're releasing Super Spreader, our film, on-demand streaming. And, it came out in theaters across America, and it just was an incredible success. It hit the top five movies in America the first weekend it was released. The number one market in America was Los Angeles, California for this
Wow.
film, which was so shocking and surprising. And now, for the first time ever, people all over the world can access the film and get their hearts set on fire for the story of what God's writing in our generation.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been following along with the journey of the Let Us Worship team. I know I've been to one of the worship events here in Orlando where Charisma News located, and people are just hungry for worship and authenticity in this hour right now. So it's a message that's super relevant. What would you say has been like the most shocking testimonials that have come out of this Super Spreader film?
Well, I mean, what was been amazing is that when the Lord breathed on the story and it became a movie, and it wasn't ever our plan for all this to happen. Like God writes the stories, He does what He wants, but it ended up being getting approved and even encouraged by Cinemark and Regal and all these different theaters to show it. And what we started noticing is in the theaters, the places that have discipled a generation in violence, in sex and perversion, in just horrible stuff, they were flipped. When the film started playing, they were turned into like altars of worship,
Wow.
prayer. People were getting delivered. They were getting saved during the. We had altar calls in the theaters across America. We had actually prayer lines that stretched out down the hallway where people were getting prayed for when they were leaving film. And so it's our prayer that what happens at the events, the altar calls, the power of God, the encounters, that same thing would translate to the theaters, that translate now to people's homes, to people's cars, to people watching it on airplanes, that same encounter of what God's doing would happen everywhere across the earth as people watch this.
So, for people who weren't able to go and see it in the theaters, December 3rd is the date that it'll be coming out. Is that right?
Yes, that's the launch date for the film. Just a few
And so they can
days.
go to superspreaderfilm.com. Is there other places that they'll be able to find it?
Yeah, superspreadfilm.com is where you're going to be able to either, if you want to buy the DVD, or if you want to, download the film, if you want to stream it, all the options are going to be on there. And yeah, just help us get the word out there. This is a film that we don't have a big Hollywood budget behind it, but there's something of a grassroots fire that's on it to really stir people's hearts. So we want you to see it. We want you to spread the news with us and just get inspired with that boldness and courage of what God is doing.
Amen. It's God stepping out of the church walls and He's moving wherever people are hungry and they're ready for His presence and to step into what He has, which kind of leads me to my next question. You have some events coming up next year starting in 2023. What's going on there?
Yeah, so we, off of this historic season, of launching Let Us Worship during the pandemic, which is really where the name Super Spreader comes from. We took what the enemy meant for evil and turned it around to good. We are taking this momentum that God's brought and we're bringing it to all 50 U.S. state capitals. So starting in 2023 and 2024, Let Us Worship is going to literally go to every single United States capital. And that's 50 of them. So pray for us. We need a lot of
Yeah.
resources, a lot of coffee, a lot of espresso. But yeah, we're excited to see what God's going to do, especially post-Roe era, when the
hmm
fight for life and so many other things goes right to the state capitol. We want to be right in the middle of that, and so excited. And you can find out more about that tour if you go to kingdomtothecapital.com. Again,
Okay.
Kingdom to the Capital. You can sign up and find out the updates when we're coming to your state capital.
Awesome. And then if people feel led to donate to what you guys are doing, they can also find that there as well.
Yeah, you can donate there. They can go to letusworship.us to donate. That would be awesome. Of course, it's the end of the year. So, any end of the year gifts would be just so amazing and really be a blessing to us as we launch forward into a new season.
Awesome. Well, I was going to ask you if you'd be willing to pray for the audience, just that they would be able to step into what God's called them to do, or really however you feel led. But before that, is there anything else going on with the film or next year that you want people to know about?
You know, there's so much going on. I think more than anything, our heart to, there's chaos and confusion that's happening across the world right now. Inflation, we just came out of brutal midterm elections. There's just so much to pull your attention away. But yet Isaiah 9, I love it. It says that he's on the throne, he's in control, the increase of his government, there shall be no end. That is the Christmas story. That's the Christmas season that we're in. And so we're excited to see joy fill the believers across America. I'm believing this will be the most powerful season of joy and infused optimism, despite the narratives that are out there. We want to encourage people in the place of worship, prayer, intercession to really be expectant for what God's going to do. And so I'd love to pray that.
Yeah. Amen.
Oh, also, we have a sale on our store. If you go to letusworship.us, you can get some of our merch and stuff goes into the year sale. So go do that. But let me pray. Lord, I thank you, God, that we are living according to a different narrative, to a different story. But I pray for everyone out there, Lord, that may be battling heaviness, confusion, maybe depression, anxiety. Lord, I pray right now in the name of Jesus, Lord, you would release that Isaiah 9 joy, God. Lord, there would be a joy that would come on every single person, Lord, an infectious, tangible joy, God, that would break through the hardness and the darkness and the difficulties. And Lord, I thank you, your yoke is easy, your burden is light. You've given us a garment of praise instead of a spirit of heaviness. And so I just pray, God, even as people watch the film Superspreader, they're encouraged with the story of what you did in one of the darkest seasons in modern history, God, that they would take that promise, they would take that snapshot of your faithfulness and apply it to their own life, God. And may this be a season of incredible expectation of what you have coming in the new year. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Well, thanks for joining us here today. And for everyone watching, again, go to superspreaderfilm.com December 3rd. You'll be able to watch it from the comfort of your own home. It's awesome. So, Sean, thank you so much for joining us here today, and God bless.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.